Good evening. This is All India Radio Kohima. I'm Jonas Yantan with Evening News. The headlines. Centre says sufficient stock of food grains available to meet requirements of the welfare schemes. Parliamentary panel recommends setting up dedicated unit within the Defence Ministry for the welfare of martyred soldiers' families. UN recognizes Namami Gange initiative as one of the top 10 World Restoration Flagship programs. And India receives all 36 Rafale aircraft from France. Now the news in detail. The central government has said that it has sufficient food grain stocks under the central pool to meet the requirement of the National Food Security Act (NFSA) and other welfare schemes, as well as for additional allocation of Mantri Garib Kalyan Anna Yojana (PMGKAY). Ministry of Consumer Affairs, Food and Public Distribution said in a statement that as of 12th of this month, around 182 lakh metric tons of wheat was available in the central pool. It said about 159 lakh metric tons of wheat will be available as of 1st of January next year, which is well above the buffer norm requirement of 138 lakh metric tons. The ministry said the government is well aware of the price scenario of wheat and monitoring it regularly on a weekly basis along with other commodities and taking corrective measures as and when required. It said the government has taken proactive steps to ward off any further price rise. Further, the allocations under NFSA as well as PMGKAY has also received in favour of rice for having sufficient wheat stock in central pool to cater to the requirements of welfare schemes. A parliamentary panel today recommended setting up of a separate department within the Ministry of Defence exclusively for the welfare of martyred soldiers' families. Presenting a report on assessment of welfare measures available to war widows and families in the armed forces to the Parliament, the committee observed that though the loss of life of a soldier cannot be evaluated in monetary terms, however, financial grant is helpful in providing a reasonable and respectful life to family members of the soldier. Further, it also acts as an incentive and encouragement for the youth to join the armed forces. In view of this notion, and considering an increase in the rate of inflation, the committee recommended that the government should seriously consider increasing the ex gratia fund by 10 lakh rupees in each of the extant categories of death of a soldier. The panel also recommended formulating a suitable mechanism to ensure that at least eligible and willing Veer Nari on next of kin be given either employment or a resettlement option at the earliest. The United Nations (UN) has recognized Namami Gange initiative to rejuvenate River Ganga as one of the top 10 World Restoration Flagship programs to revive natural world. Director General Namami Gange, G. Ashok Kumar received a recognition award at a function in the 15th Conference of Parties to the Convention on Biodiversity at Montreal in Canada on the occasion of World Restoration Day yesterday. Ministry of Jal Shakti in a statement said Namami Gange was selected from over 150 such initiatives from 70 countries across the globe. The ministry said these initiatives were selected under the banner of the UN Decade on Ecosystem Restoration, a global movement coordinated by the UN Environment Programme and the UN Food and Agriculture Organization. The recognized initiatives will now be eligible to receive UN support, funding, or technical expertise. India has received all the 36 Rafale aircraft from France, with the last aircraft landing in the country today. According to the Indian Air Force, the aircraft arrived after a quick en route mid-air refueling from a UAE Air Force Tiger aircraft after taking off from France. India and France had signed the Inter-Government Agreement in 2016, under which Paris agreed to provide 36 Rafale fighter jets at a cost of around 60,000 crore rupees. The first batch of 5 Rafale jets had arrived on 29th of July 2020. This news comes to you from All India Radio, Kohima. You can also listen to this news bulletin on News on Air app and YouTube channel AIR News Kohima. Centre has said that it will take all necessary steps to support farmers to produce more pulses. The Department of Consumer Affairs Secretary Rohit Kumar Singh today held a meeting with pulses associations in India in New Delhi. During the meeting, he said importers will be supported for seamless imports of pulses so that the pulses are available to the consumers at affordable prices. Wokha District Administration today organized a one-day workshop on various schemes, including the Chief Minister's Microfinance Initiative. Briefing the gathering, Deputy Commissioner Wokha, Ajit Kumar Ranjan, said the program was aimed at sensitizing and guiding local entrepreneurs to avail the variety of schemes introduced by the government. Noting that genuine applicants and entrepreneurs would be granted the schemes, Ranjan appealed to beneficiaries to judiciously utilize the funds to achieve their targets and also urged them to settle the loans on time. The workshop highlighted on the different schemes available and procedures of filing applications. Attendees at the workshop included Wokha District Village Council Association, Wokha District Chamber of Commerce and Industry, Wokha Town Students Union, and Doyang Fishermen Union, among others. Implementing Support Agency PHE Twensang Division and Alungpi Welfare Society conducted a one-day block-level workshop today on Jal Jivan Mission under Shamato District with the theme Source Water Conservation and its Sustainability in Rural Areas. In the workshop, Jal Jivan Mission, Pre-Implementing Villages, Implementing Villages, and Post-Implementing Villages from Shamato block participated. Topics discussed at the workshop included community participation in the mission, conservation of sources through preservation of forest from deforestation and tomb cultivation practices, safe drinking water, and regular checking of water quality through field testing kits. Deputy Commissioner Wokha Ajit Kumar Ranjan has ordered a physical verification of all firearms and ammunition held by licensees in the district. This is being done in view of the upcoming general election to the 14th Nagaland Legislative Assembly and to ensure a peaceful atmosphere in the district. All arms license holders under Wokha district have been directed to report to the concerned police stations by the 31st of December with the arms, ammunition and license booklet. The officer in charge of the concerned police stations has also been directed to furnish a daily report. Sustainable Development Goals Coordination Center, SDGCC, Planning and Coordination Department, has launched the third edition of the Nagaland for Green Christmas campaign this year. The campaign focuses on mobilizing residents of the state to celebrate a sustainable and environment-friendly Christmas. Its key objective is to align the celebration to the United Nations SDGs dissemination and spark on-ground action across the state for making this Christmas and beyond sustainable. As part of the campaign, SDGCC has encouraged citizens to avoid plastics, use eco-friendly decorations, switch to LED lights, opt for reusable essential gifts and e-cards, buy ethically, and compost leftovers, among other considerations. Residents can share the eco-friendly celebration story via social media tagging at SDGCC Nagaland with hashtags Nagaland for SDGs, hashtag Nagaland for Green Christmas, and visit SDGCC's social media handles for more information. And now to the news, here are main points again. Centre says sufficient stock of food grains available to meet requirements of welfare schemes. Parliamentary panel recommends setting up dedicated unit within the Defence Ministry for welfare of martyred soldiers' families. UN recognizes Namami Gange initiative as one of the top 10 World Restoration Flagship programs. And India receives all the 36 Rafale aircrafts from France. That is all we have in this evening news bulletin. Good night.